Welcome back, everybody. In this video, I'm going to break down how I acquire my second rental property, and I will also show you the numbers. I'm a real estate investor investing out of state. I live in Los Angeles and I invest in Indiana. The video before this one, I told you I was quite scared of Gary at first before going into that city to invest, but I had just acquired in 2022 a property in Hammond, which is west of Gary, and I had so much luck with that property because it was rented the week after I closed. So after 1 year, from 2022 to 2023, I felt comfortable receiving my monthly rent, and I saved every single paycheck that I got from that property, and I saved again a down payment. For the last property, I don't know if you remember, but I put down $33,500. And so that quite took me back. So I had a whole year to recover. Well, now it's 2023. Interest rates are even higher. So I'm still hunting down my next deal. So why Gary? People ask, or you may think. Well, Gary, it's also in northwestern Indiana. It's also very close to the downtown area, Chicago, Illinois. But Gary has so much benefits for me, mostly because of the house prices. When I was looking at pricing, you could definitely buy houses in the 50 to 60,000 price point, and that's unheard of anywhere else. $50,000, that's a car payment. That's a car. Well, you can still find those nowadays, but you just have to look harder. Number two, rents are higher comparing to mortgages. So if you get a mortgage for $50,000, then most likely with principal, interest, taxes, and insurance, it would be, possibly 300 to 400 to 500, as opposed to having to rent a place in Gary, a single family home. You could rent in 2023 for 900, 1,000, 1,100. So rent's definitely coming higher than mortgage payments. The number three benefit that I saw was Section 8. A lot of people that have rentals in Gary use Section 8. My property manager made me aware that the authority housing in Gary is quite friendly, and they have a quite high waiting list to place their vouchers holders. So that's something she definitely wanted me to look into it. And I had only heard about Section 8 in the past by other investors, but I never had to deal with it. As far as hands-off investing, like I have a property manager, the only thing she required me was my driver's license, and I think I signed something else saying that I'm able to do Section 8, and I will comply with the inspection process as well, Section 8. Number 4 benefit that I saw investing with Gary was there's not a lot of competition, mostly because a lot of the houses in Gary are left abandoned or have kind of been damaged through fires or other things. So there's quite a lot of supply in that market. Number 5, you have the opportunity to force value into a home. So like I said, a lot of the homes are damaged, but some of the homes that you would want to look at would be the ones that have, framing, foundation, roof intact. Their facades, their siding might not be nice to look at, might not have that curb appeal, but the actual frame of the house, the bones of the house are still good. So if you looked at that from an investor perspective, then there's a lot of room of things that you can do in terms of rehabbing. Number 6 is the low property taxes. It is crazy that some of these houses, according to the city, are assessed even at their current face value. Like, let's say you buy something for $50,000, 1% of that as property taxes would be $500 for the year. What is your monthly premium? $500, $60, $70. That's property taxes for $60, $70. That's insane to me. And number 7, which is the major reason why I looked at this market, is cash flow. Like I mentioned, rents are higher. Mortgages, you can get mortgages for lower prices, lower cost of entry. So the opportunity to cash flow is greater. Imagine if you even force value into the more profit you can see. So the picture that you're looking at right now is the second house that I bought. This house I acquired for $55,000. This is a 790 square feet house. It has 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom. And I believe it had a garage at one point, but we got rid of it. And I'll tell you why I got rid of it. This house, I did some cosmetic work. I changed the roof. Yes, the roof was leaking, so I had to change the roof. I got rid of the garage because the roof had caved in the moisture. In Indiana, it snows and it gets really hot. Had totally destroy the framing of the garage, so everything was caving in. So I decided to take it off completely. But the inside of the house, the actual main house, was quite not ready to rent, but it was pretty much intact. So getting rid of the garage, changing the roof, upgrading, not changing the flooring, but cleaning up the inside. I know I should have before pictures, but I couldn't find them. I actually have videos, but I couldn't put them on here. So what you're seeing right now is the rehab after. So I changed the roof, took out the garage, painted all the walls, painted all the ceilings, fixed the floors and where they had not been up to par. I believe we fixed some of the bathroom issues. I think the toilet was bad and other things. The total rehab cost was $15,000. So if you looked at that, initially I thought it was going to be like some thing between $8,000 to $10,000, but then they told me the roof was leaking after, so that was not something that I was looking for. Nevertheless, I did not stop. I did not get off contract or anything. Initially, I had thought a 2-bedroom, 1 bathroom in this market will rent at $1,000, which even with the rehab of $15,000, my cash on cash return would have been 17%. But my property manager told me that we should list it at $1,100 because it's in a nice area and the house looks nice after, and it's comparable to other houses that are also at that price. I didn't think I was going to get it $1,100, but we did. So that was even more of a profit for me. But again, let's look at the numbers. I had an interest of 7.1. My purchase price was $55,000. I put a down payment of 11,000 plus the rehab all in. I think I was all in 26,000. If you don't mind looking at the taxes on this house, so the assessment of the property of the house was assessed at $20,000, I believe, and so taxes were assessed at 1 point something percent or for a rental. My taxes are $26 every month for this house. My whole mortgage taxes insurance payment is at $388 for this house. So as you can see, this is a grand slam of cash return of 21%. So initially I thought it was, when they told me, oh, you need to change the roof, you need to get rid of the garage, this and that, blah, blah, blah. I was like, oh my God, no, I'm like way over my head. This is not going to work out. The numbers are going to keep going down. I'm putting too much into this house. The house is worth $55,000 and I'm putting 26 just to get in. I was thinking, oh my goodness, what did I do? But I still remember there's no way I could have gotten this in LA. Like $26,000, you get a house that's cash flowing, a 20% cash on cash return. No way. So I just had to ground myself and remind myself that $26,000 in LA is like a kitchen renovation. No. So even after all of that, I'm still coming out of top, and all of the fears that I had for Gary before going to the city went down. So this was my second rental property, and I am open to discuss any of the numbers that you see here. You do have the choice of contacting me on YouTube. I will put my Instagram handle. You can always talk to me on Instagram too. And you can, make sure those numbers do make sense for yourself. But in my personal opinion, this has been a successful rental opportunity and rental market. So if you want to continue seeing my videos, please like and subscribe, and we'll be talking to each other pretty soon. Bye-bye.